The whole night built up to the answer tonight on SmackDown as Cody and Seth would answer the challenge from Rock and Roman. Of course, the Bloodline was in the ring, the lights would go out, and we would get to see The Rock's new entrance as lightning bolts took over the Tron. I love how the Brahma Bull logo was there, but it was becoming more and more visual as the lightning intensified before that giant clash, backlighting the silhouette of The Rock stood on the stage. Just so cool. Well, Cody Rhodes would make his entrance on one side of the arena through the WWE fans. Seth, the other side, very reminiscent of the Shield almost, kinda. Seth would have tape over his mouth, the wording on it, Team 7 Bucks, which is actually the name of The Rock's production company, in reference to the famous story that before The Rock joined pro wrestling, he had $7 in his pocket. And here you go, face to face. I love this. This was so intense. Must watch TV. And yes, Cody would challenge the authority of the Rock and Roman, but before anything more was said, there was giant diarrhea chants by the SmackDown crowd. The internet might tell you that really sucked, and yes it did, but it was Seth poking fun at The Rock, and the fact that the crowd were chanting it tonight was hilarious. Well, for the first time, The Rock would acknowledge his power in WWE on TV as a member of the board of TKO. He would actually say about taking Seth's title away. The way he said it, though, sounded like to get rid of the belt. He also mentioned that this is it for Cody. If Cody doesn't beat Roman, he never gets a shot at the title again. It's the AEW storyline coming out, isn't it? Gotta say, that's put Cody as the favourite, hasn't it? Rock would get personal, though, and say that you're 20 years younger than your siblings because you was a mistake. And Cody would slap The Rock. He got the slap back, and I love that little smirk from The Rock. But it went off air. They cut it, man. This was the most tense, most interesting thing in wrestling. And you cut the feed. I get it, time's up, etc. But come on, man. I'm sure there's going to be an exclusive. There has to be more than this. There has to be. Oh my God. Give them an hour next week. I want to see more. This is things you might have missed from WWE Smackdown. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. The US Express has been announced for the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2024. The team of Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda, IRS. They was at the very first WrestleMania, now 40 years later, going into the WWE Hall of Fame. Earlier this week, it was also announced that Bull Nakano also will take her rightful spot in the Hall of Fame. Honestly, she so deserves it. Some of her matches with Alundra Blaze, so good, man. As it stands, this is the current class of the 2024 Hall of Fame. Is there anyone else you want to see inducted? Let me know in the comments section down below. SmackDown would start this week with Logan Paul claiming that since he's joined WWE, they've broken every record. He said WWE, it's almost as if it's in its prime before he revealed a giant Prime bottle in the centre of the ring. This was only temporary for this one segment tonight, but this is a new sponsorship, and it will be there starting at WrestleMania and every premium live event going forward. He was joined in the ring by KSI, who's his partner in Prime, his business partner, that is. But of course, Randy Orton would emerge, and Logan Paul would get out of there, leaving poor KSI to take an RKO, but that wasn't all. Randy would pour the Prime drink right on KSI's trousers. Yep. I don't think this is as dramatically as bad as people are trying to make it out to be. I mean, look at the hard cam shot. It is barely noticeable. We've seen logos in rings before. The old WCW ring used to have a giant logo. ECW used to put their branding logos all over the mat as well. It's just something WWE has never done themselves, and now they're doing it for sponsorship. It is a little bit out of place. It is very new, but it's only for PLEs, and it is going to generate the company a lot of money, which hopefully translates to higher pay for wrestlers. Good news! Your ears are saved for another week because Kevin Owens did not come in on his wrecking ball tonight as he teamed with Randy Orton with a new team of, RKO? I do admit, though, I love this. Kevin Owens counting along as Randy Orton did the 10 punch in the corner. This was really well sorted out. The crowd was so red hot for this 10 punch, even more so than normal. Gotta think we're setting up for a Randy Orton-Grayson Waller feud with Grayson mocking Randy Orton throughout the match. Something you don't want to do, obviously. It didn't bode very well for Grayson Waller in the upcoming match. But nonetheless, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens picking up the win. Wasn't over there, though, as it would be Logan Paul who would jump the duo from behind after the match, pulling out the brass knucks before being seen off by Randy and Kevin Owens. WWE World is basically the new WrestleMania Access this year, and there's been a lot of announcements for it. You can see at the bottom of the screen, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Charlotte Flair, CM Punk, and Bianca Belair will be there live. WWE's YouTube channel has hit 100 million subscribers, a huge accomplishment, which of course means WWE are instantly going to compare it to the NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL because they beat them all combined. That's insane. A really good promo from Bayley tonight, and I really enjoyed this because it was just common sense. Bayley was saying that, okay, yes, I had all this coming to me. She's not blaming anyone. She said why she did all the horrible things that she did over the time she was a heel in WWE. And she said now it's all backfiring on her. But she said it's now time to move forward. She said she can adapt. And the key words, she's all alone. We would then cut to Naomi, who was watching on as Bayley was talking. Naomi would then be approached by Bianca Belair. Bianca obviously has a long-time feud with Bayley, and she would basically say, Bayley had it coming. Why would you feel sorry for her? You wasn't here. And obviously, it's all just common sense. Why would Bianca feel bad for Bayley? Naomi, though, she wasn't there. Genius booking. So now does Naomi team up with Bayley? Well, Damage CTRL would respond to Bayley, very interestingly, saying that Bayley, if she was smarter, she'd have seen it coming, that it was Io's error from day one. And Dakota Kai would claim that she was always the brains of Damage CTRL, even to the point where she basically challenged Bayley to a match next week. That would be very interesting. Now, Karrion Kross has a very unique entrance. It's very cool. It's a great visual that breaks up the show and grabs your attention. And yet WWE did this. Come on, man. What are we doing? You surely wouldn't do this with The Undertaker, would you? Why would you do it with Kross? It makes no sense. Karrion Kross would obviously come out for his match with Bobby Lashley. This big feud that's been playing out for weeks and weeks and weeks. This was the one-on-one match. Until it wasn't. Now, though they did make a point multiple times to show off the WrestleMania logo in the background, AOP would cause the disqualification victory, Street Profits would get involved, B-Fab would take out Scarlett. I really hope this is going to be a match. I really want to see Scarlett wrestle in WWE. I love, by the way, the fact that when they were running, B-Fab had to slow down because she was too quick for Scarlett. But this beatdown went on for ages as Karrion Kross would hit the final prayer. His new finishing move looks really cool. Kross and the AOP standing tall tonight. More Angel Garza on my TV, please, WWE. The dude is so good. There was a spot in the match tonight with Dragon Lee where obviously Dragon Lee was going for a powerbomb and he couldn't get Angel up. They went for it a second time and he couldn't get the full elevation on the powerbomb. Just look at that positioning of Angel's head. He didn't drop him, though. Dragon Lee kept the wrist locked, pulled him all the way back up to then hit the powerbomb. Very impressive. Lots of trust shown there as well. Dragon Lee would pick up the victory, obviously before a Legado beatdown, with Santos saying to Rey Mysterio, this is his fault, and to stay gone. Genuinely, that Bloodline Cody Seth segment, that was so cool, man. So cool. Easy 9 out of 10 tonight for sure. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Turn on notifications, never miss another upload. Like the video, share the video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace!